Alrighty, yeah, I can't hold on steady. Anyway, here it is. Not the first to get one, but it was supposed to actually come on the 24th. Annoying information there. It's supposed to have come on the 24th, but it came 10 days early. This is my third machine, the Arcade1up Star Wars. I said if they ever decide to make a Star Wars, I would get it. And I'm thinking they'd never do it because you'd have to make a special controller like the yoke there. And they did. So I had to get it. There is room for it. Technically, in this tiny apartment, I have room for 6, 5 comfortably, but I'm not really out to purchase a bunch of these. I got the Atari 12-in-1, Galaga Galaxian, this guy, because I said if they ever made it, we would get it. And it comes with, obviously, Star Wars. And believe it or not, the next game Atari made after Star Wars was Return of the Jedi. I did not know that. Empire Strikes Back was never intended to be a release. Then they decided to make a kit that worked with Star Wars to convert them over to The Empire Strikes Back. So in actuality, in terms of the games, that was first, that was second, that was last. I've played those two. I've never played that one. That'll be interesting. So what we're going to do is unbox this guy, and it is a fat, very fat box. Again, I'm not intending to use the riser, but if it's a game I can't sit up to because the controls are a little further inward, then I'm going to have to use the riser. That'll be in the playtest part. Anyway, so into the go, and hopefully this time things don't fall. Last time I did it fell. We're also not pitched, it won't pitch down, so I'm going to use the magic of tilting my, making sure it's not going to fall over. Tilt my tripod down a little bit. Now I'm not sure if everything is going to be in frame, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the bottom of the box as a reference. So right here-ish. So what I'll do is just line up this chair off camera so that its wheel is touching the line in which I know that there is a hard bottom that you can't see anything. Anyway, time to do the unboxing. We got the typical cellophane tape on here. They don't do as much packing tape because they sort of figured out how to put these things together. Although the sides were blowing out of it. Now I don't have too much time, so I'm going to try to move this along, and we know what happens when I try to move anything along. It goes that much slower. I also like to give out, an announcement that I was going to be doing these things, but I got such limited time. The glue holds. They definitely improved the glue on the boxes. I've also heard the quality of these things, for people that have had the newer machines, the 2.0s, that they're a lot better in quality. That the screens have a much better polarizer, so get better contrast. We got a box that doesn't want to open. Yeah. This didn't stick, but everything else sure did. Like I said, we're going to try and move this along. Alrighty. Try to move it along. That means, like I said, it'll go that much slower. Not in English. Not in English. So I'm just trying to figure out. Oh hey, none of the instructions are in English. That's great. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Anyway. The owner's manual. As we all know, we read those things. Although, supposedly there's things different about these that maybe it might be worth reading. Warranty card. And apparently it is a no language instruction manual, although certain things seem to be in a different language, like I have no idea what that says. It's funny because it's all one thing, but some parts are in one language, some parts are in another. That'll be interesting. Over here we got this special box. They said it was a empty box, but there's a box in there. I think it's more for support than anything. Yeah, I don't feel anything in there. But I want to be sure. I want to verify we got stuff. Yeah, that's entirely empty. Then again, also this helps create more storage space for trash. Like the non-English stuff right there. And we need this to stand. Bag of parts right here. I'm gonna move this further this way. When I built Galaga, I pretty much just used the manual for reference, but this is kind of an entirely different thing. Power supply. The connection to the power supply. I'll show this again in case you didn't see it. This is riser stuff. We're just going to set that aside into unused. We have our brackets to the wall, but we don't need those. We'll set those aside over there. Spare parts. C screws. A dowels. A, C. Spares we'll put over in the other thing. E, D, monitor stuff. Alright, I was going to say, where's B? We don't have anything B, but I see the bag. Get everything in there. In the trash. Now goes the infamous B screws. Oh, now I see why this, why these might be taped shut. They shoved the receipt somehow. They got it in the box. They had to have opened it. All right, that we're definitely putting in the keep pile. This looks marked fragile. This has the monitor, I'm sure. And that's what's here. If it wants to open. It does not want to budge. Okay, I have scissors. You don't want to cooperate? I'm going to use scissors. There we go. So of course it doesn't go in the trash. This contains multiple things. I'm going to put it on the ground. I don't trust that this is going to go well. Wow, it definitely feels cheap as all hell, but $500 versus a $2,500 actual machine. Light up Marquee, that's supposed to light up, obviously, hence light up Marquee. Let's see, we'll put that over here. It's hard to see because of the covering. So, like the actual arcade game, underneath the cabinet we got, underneath the Marquee, we have two speakers. And there's the back. Alright, let's see. Hello, long arm. Please let me know how quality-wise is. Well, we're going to figure that out. This means the yoke has to be better quality than the Marquee then. Oh. Remember, we're talking a $500 machine versus the actual thing, which in $1983 cost $2,000. Adjusted for inflation, that's about almost $6,000. So we'll put that over here. And of course, the victim itself, okay, something needs to let me lean that against there. Okay. You have the bottom plate. Which does not want to give up its plastic. And the kickboard. So put that over here as well. Gonna need the bottom before the kickboard. And of course we got the monitor, which the stop thing is that right? Okay, yeah, this is upright. I mean, I have seen the stop stickers put on upside down before, so one thing you definitely have to do with these if you actually find the edge is peel the very top and the very bottom, but leave the rest intact. Wow, I don't like this. They cut it way too close to the thing. Way too close. There's no starter tabs or anything. Alright, I got the bottom part. We're just going to unpeel it to just a little before the monitor. Because when you put this thing together and you leave that on, it's going to be underneath your control deck and underneath the marquee, which you don't want. And I butchered this side up. Okay, I got it going. Yay, little plasticky bit left in there. We love that. More plasticky bits in there. I could take it off while, but it's annoying me as okay, that's a screwdriver, we should come out. I just want to take it out enough to get rid of the plastic. There we go. So that goes on tight. Alright, so we got the monitor and partway set up to take out. And these are body panels. This would be too thin to be the flight stick. I know one of these is definitely looking for that. And they always say with these, you just need a Phillips screwdriver, but you want a flat hand. You want a flat head ready, A, to open the boxes, and B, if the cams where the screws go in aren't aligned, they require a flat head. One thing I hate about these now that I'm doing this is all the garbage that's involved. Oh, is this the riser? Am I wasting my time on the riser? Yeah, this is the riser. We're going to set that aside. Like I said, if this is a game we can't sit comfortably next to like the other two, don't contemplate this. watch there be parts we need in there. Not a very heavy box here. Granted, I played this game at Fun Spot when I was there, and I got a ton more of those videos to come. I just haven't had the time to upload them. But that's not going to come out. Yeah, I think there might be some parts in that other box we might need. It has a physical deck protector already on it, but here's the flight yoke. And already, you get it? That one feels good. This one doesn't. Feels a little stiff. That probably work itself out over time. And I believe this is supposed to peel off the protective film that's on the deck protector. No, the deck protector is entirely it's just held on with tape right now. Here's a question of the day. How do you get the film off this thing if it's pretty much permanently attached? There's film on two sides of this. And what I hate is they cut it so exact, it's hard to get it off. I've scratched up a side because they're nearly impossible to get off. And it's only on one side that has the protection. The rear fire buttons don't feel bad. The fire buttons on the front page, well, you know what we paid for it. And of course, we got in here if it can go smoothly, it is not on this channel. ceiling. Yeah, I damaged it. That's one of them. Probably can't see the whole thing, but back panel, this guy. And same thing, just in reverse on the other side. And I don't see are any panels. They're probably in with the riser, which way to confuse. Okay. This is the one that weighs a ton. And it won't come out either. Riser pieces. Oh, come on. Something come out. Yeah, not gonna wait. Here we go, the other pieces we need. Yeah, we got the other pieces along with riser pieces we don't care about. My favorite dessert, silica gel. Some K's and L's, we definitely need those. Probably should put those over here. Back braces. The official back plate, and probably over here. Riser piece, riser piece, riser, riser. I think we got everything. Oh, no, we don't. These hold the flight stick into the machine. I'm sure we need those before we need anything else. Riser we set aside. Messy, messy, messy. I'll just use scissors instead of poking holes in these things. A dowel bag, which does not need to be spewing everywhere right now. The main bag of screws. C bag of screws, which probably is to hold the monitor onto the thing. D is probably for the marquee. E, I'm not sure. Brackets. Just take those out. Spare parts are over there. Alrighty. That was a bit of fun. Let's see if anybody said anything. First check the battery level. Getting a little low, but I have the extra battery here. Chat. Yeah, those T buttons on the front are weird. I thought. You're stating the obvious on paying $500 for a game, so versus what was worth about $5,000 to $6,000 in its day. I mean, adjusted for inflation. First thing, A dowels, the G board. Alright, there's two sets of holes on the sides. They want the innermost ones. Some of them will go in nice and easy, others will not. Alright, we got the G board put together. I believe the next thing they're going to call for a side piece. Yep, they're asking for the side now. And they're going to do all this stuff. So this is slightly different than what I'm used to. Okay, so we need this side. This is the one that they're calling. I know I could just mentally flip things, but let's just make life easier. May or may not appear to be, but I have cleaned the floor, so. Alright, so we want the boards in. Right, these three. The middle holes are for the screws that hold it together. Some of these dowels do not want to come in. I can probably smash them in a little more. Not literally. Alright. Now, I see people not do this and it doesn't really matter, but for aesthetics, it's always best to have the letters inside the cabinet. K1 goes here. Which for some reason does not seem right. The L goes on top. The other one has the 2 extra holes for the to mount the yeah, I don't like the way these instructions are. I don't like where K lines up. I'm going to flip it the other way, just, yeah, I don't like the way that is. Might have a problem there. I'm going to take one J board, which is right here. So you got this here, like so. Okay, apparently that's just something to help align it, I guess. And we need 3 D screws there. Let's do that on this side. You can see me struggle with it. I want the 2 screws facing this way towards the top of the cabinet because that's where the controller goes in. I found one hole. I found the second hole. Alright, those are all in. Now I need 3 B screws to fasten these 3 boards in their place. This K board, I'm not sure of. I mean, that's where it goes. Okay, everything's gonna fall a little bit. First one we're definitely going to do is this guy. Maybe it'll pull those dowels in. Screw it in real easy. Remember the Atari 12-in-1? That didn't go very easily. It's taking some effort, but I got the dowels in. Right, and the K ones should go in pretty easily. Actually, I think the K ones are the problem children here. That one fits nice and flush. This K-board here is also not flush. Let's screw in real nice. Pull in the dowels. Probably not. All right. Eight. Now they want us to mount the 4 brackets with the to the monitor. 8 of the C screws and the F brackets. Ooh, this one's dented. Ooh, that's loose stuff. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. Alright. Now I have heard people say many a times with these, and I'm just playing the odds of everything being okay, is hook up all the electronics and try it before you put it together. I've seen videos where people do that, and then it breaks. So either way, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I found the hole for that one. Yeah, at this point I can just put the other 2 screws in and go from there. Although a good thing to do with this type of situation is, well, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to tighten them up. Worst case scenario, I can just loosen them a little bit if they need to move. The part that sucks is when the cabinet goes together and you got to put the other 4 screws on the other side together inside of a tiny cabinet. Alright, that's one side. And I got the monitor on top of the baseboard do any more damage to it than what we've already done, which is really easy because those protective films they put on, they don't make it easy to take off. Screw. So on-off switch on the back box, it's probably to shut the marquee on or off. And while I'm thinking of that, I'll show you the back box. I don't have a ton of time because I gotta get ridiculously early to go to work, so but there's a CPU with the 3 games in there. I don't know if you can see it very well, and it kind of can. This indicates power, speaker, the light up marquee, and I believe this on off is for the marquee. Oh, it is in all the languages. It's just really small. In this case, the upper line is English. So I now want the A panel going into its slot and tightened up. Have 4 more C-screws. Yeah, I got too little space here. C-screws. Just gonna go back in the bag. I put my screwdriver back up here. Not gonna do me well up there. Sloppy fit. Oh, we probably should get a little off the edges. All right. Once one is in, we're stable. There it goes. that side's in. It's very tight. Alright, that's the funny, and we get to do it over. Because the funny thing is, I'm looking at the strap and it's showing going down, but this is actually the downside, so yay, we get to do this part over. We've widened up the holes. I look at this going down. I referred to the box to see which way up really was. At least the other two panels, you could tell which way was up and down. Alright, before I put it in. Alright, let's do this again because it's fun. Okay, why are we not going in now? Oh, there we go. It's too far up. Screw disappearing into the hole. We like to see that. Alright, now we can actually make some progress once this one goes in. I kind of stippled up the back as if we're going to see any of that. Alright, how's our battery doing here? Okay, 38, that's not pretty good. Like Plash, I see you bowl again with your dad. Yeah, it was good, Derek. Nice to see that. Yeah, those T-style buttons look weird. Okay. The yoke itself seems alright. It's a little tight, but I'm sure that loosens up. I'm going to plug the battery in. And a little gunk, meaning we're... Alright, wow, now we need 10 dowels. So it's time to dowel up. Oh, come on. Hello. does not like to be externally powered. Anyway, time to put the dowels into the Marquee and dowels into the speaker grills. Just need 10 of those guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10. Alrighty. Okay, that stuff's not here. It's all over here. Yeah, it's actually not too bad. I've seen much worse than that. Those go in way too easy. I bet these are next pieces. And the speakers. Another tough dowel. And yeah, the middle is for the screws. Another way to tell is the cam. And this is why you need a flathead, because if the cam doesn't line up and doesn't let you put in a screw, you need a flathead to adjust that. Again, that's something they never say in the manual. I've had to do that with the Atari 12-in-1. The Galaga went together just fine. This one, the dowels are a little tight, but they seem to be going in okay. Gee, I wonder what the next step is. Alright, the B panel and the M panel go together. Needs to move. This cord needs to move. Alright. Those two are together, but they're not very steady. And I'm leaning it against a board with very little support, so that's just even that much smarter. Actually, I can... Not that tight. Yeah, good enough. It was a little too narrow. Oh, right here. M and B go in. Okay, that side's in. Seriously, we're gonna be a dink about it? It just does not want to go there. No, we don't want that. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. I know it's there now. Good. We're in double digits, that's a good thing. And I bet we put the other side on and put a bunch of screws in. No, we don't. Take the top panel, put it in. And that's a first. The kick plate goes in afterwards. Interesting. And all this time, I did not put the stinking, I didn't put the bottom baseboard in. That is really smart. And I bet that was supposed to receive a couple of screws as well, so let's go back a little bit. Yeah, I completely missed that. Completely missed putting the G-board in. So I'm just gonna have to dry fit it for now, hoping that it stays put. I think everything will hold itself together. Put the Arcade1up thingy in. This goes in there like that, and that goes in there like so. There we go. Then this usually drops, but the way the controller goes in, you're going to have to put it in now. There we go. That's in. And that's in. See, it's not going to matter too much because now we're putting on the other bracket and then slapping the other side on. Which needs what screws? The other 3 Ds. Whoa, almost lost one. That can go in the trash. I can see it's going in 2 ways, which is not something that really settling. I'll just repeat what I did on the other side. I don't think it really matters because it goes in either way. Go in now. There it is. And this side. I have a feeling these are on backwards, but I'm going to hope that the cams are on right. I mean, these can come off if they have to without disturbing the rest of the cabinet, I believe. I said on the Atari 12-in-1, I have actually kind of had it 95% built. There were screws that wouldn't go in. And there were parts that didn't go on right away, so this is nothing new here. And 7 of the big B screws. Here comes the fun part, trying to align the holes. And then take a few of them right now. Yeah, this is the best part, lining it all up. Somewhere. Okay, something's got to line up. Something's got to line up here. We got something lining up now. Okay, those two are aligned. I'll just put them in enough to hold everything together. Where am I? Okay, that is going in. Just didn't seem to. All right. Okay. Off we go again. There it is. Okay, there's dowels there. There's no dowels here. No dowels here. And none here. Bit of persuasion. It doesn't really need much. Just enough to hurt. Although these probably need more. Alright, here we go again. That one's holding it up. Alright, can anything line up? Just anything. Up here. Can anything up here line up? that's out of there. It seems this end is all lined up. So again, just going to tighten it enough to hold everything together. This is taking way too long. Alright, that's actually in. This side won't go in. There we go. Well, it's almost in. Then we'll tighten up the spots that are well, not tighten, but enough that it's holding in place. Alright, that's all in. This kickboard doesn't want to go in. It's there now. I think now we got it. Now we can tighten everything down. That's tight. Now to tighten these guys down. Alrighty. Next we stand it up. Oh, are we serious? Alright, now we stand it up. I realize like it's a little dope. We did not undo the connectors for the better. Oh boy. Marquee and the speakers, oh great. Just enough to do that. May not be calling for it, but I'm going to put the... Oh, come on. Where is it? Alright, the lighted up marquee we got. This cable we got down.
Baby, why do you get here and sit in the car and pull the thing?
Oh, there we go. Of course, now that I look, it just pops right in.
You're not even
Oh, goody, now everything's all apart and probably won't go back together right. Okay, this needs to go in. It needs to go in just like that. This goes in, which, there we go. All nice and tight. Put this screw back in. There we go. Now the pain in the ass part is getting the other screws in the monitor. This is a pain regardless. Is it in the hole? One thing I don't like about this is I can't see the holes, I can't see anything. Is the monitor even in? Looks like it's in. It's in even better. Okay, I can't get the screws in. light. Yeah, you probably can't even see that, but it's not the intended angle that you wanted to do this. There it is. There we go. Believe me, you're not missing anything. So I can't really see anything either. Come on. Seriously, I can't get these screws in. None of the screws go in. Just one screw went in. I don't understand this. Oh, I see what's happening. Oh, I hate this. I hope that's enough. It's getting irritating. It's also taking way too long. I see which way it's going now. There we go. Come on. Two are going in. The other two should just go in. Okay, these need to be going in. Okay, that one's going in. This is the part I hate the most on any one of them that I've built. And then finally the one screw that just ain't going. There it goes. There. Stand that guy right back up. What's rolling in there? Oh, okay. There's some surface scratches on this thing. I might be skipping ahead a step, but got some screws I'm going to put in anyway. this side was down, so we couldn't put the screws in on this side. So just like hooking up all the electronics, I did that out of turn. I have enough of a gist of what's going on with that. Alright. This artwork's all. This artwork isn't well made. I see blisters and scrapes. And this side looks alright. Alright, there we go. Starting to resemble an arcade cabinet. Put in the screws that I just put in. And then connect the control deck and pop a run. Why are we going down? Because I didn't put it in up all the way. That would be why. There we go. And now we need our trusty light again. Okay, we didn't need that to happen. Is that the correct way? I'm assuming it only goes in one way, and it does. I'm just waiting for a satisfying click that doesn't exist. All right. Starting to look like something. And remove the protective film. We'll do that a little later. I like how they say game logos in Arcade1up and thinking it's going to be something else. Alright, here. Alright, I missed a page. Yeah, 4 B screws. Wow, he's going a long way. Well, I'm not going to fully tighten that one yet. Make sure that this one's lined up. Which of course it isn't. Alright, why are we not going in? I think that one's in. ones in. But I got the two bottom ones. Alright, that one goes in, so the other one should go in. Yeah, that's not exactly good. And it doesn't matter too much. This one's gonna fight. Oh, it loosened up. I believe I put those blocks on backwards, but it's in. Except for this guy that I never bothered to retighten. There we go. And it says to remove the film. And make all the connections, which we already did except for power. You know what? Let's remove this. In the trash it goes. Got some plastic here that needs to come out. So loosen this screw so we can grab it. There we go. Now for a minute I thought I saw some nasty streaks inside there. Yeah, that's just my ugly fingers. And that's inside. Quality control. The infamous oxymoron. Let that live right now. I've seen worse. Now they want us to connect this guy here. Alright, drop that in. This is the one spot that doesn't have anything in it right now. Just check this AC adapter. So it runs on like 180 amps of power. I'm just going to undo this thing, as I'm sure at some point it's going to call for it. Oh boy, more of this twist tie stuff where no matter which way you turn it, it tightens. Alright, got that ready. So we got all that stuff connected. Grab the backboard and pop the little thingy through. There's a little recess in here that's supposed to pop through here and keep it in the there we go. Alright, that's in. The 3 E screws. Alright, there's an extra B screw here, and I don't know if I missed anything. So what I might do is on the bag and fill the instructions and stuff. Pop the extra screw in there. Screws, and we should be done. I have 2 extra B screws. I must have missed something somewhere. Very stubborn screws. This one is a little less stubborn. Well, yeah, I speak, therefore it will make a liar out of it. And then the last one. Which apparently doesn't go in at all. There it goes. Right, there we go. And it shows us to touch the power and enjoy. Too wide. I'll just leave that there and put it in a little later. There we have it. Now this is actually a slider control instead of a no volume, somewhat loud, and Metallica concert. Alright, she's plugged in. It's time for the moment of truth. Let's put that there. I see no defects in the display. I'm getting ready because if it plays any true copyrighted stuff, we're going to mute the mic a little bit. Supposedly these menus are newer. Alright, it appears it's not going to do anything in terms of audio, which is good. Alright, now it's time to try this thing out. Oh yeah, the displays are definitely better than what they were in the originals. Alright, I'm just trying to lower all things at once here. I know it's not the best setup, but so apparently one of the things we can do is dink with the settings. A little touchy. There's a dead spot in the middle. I know. 6. Leave it at that. And that's normal. Yep. We'll leave that. High score, no. Save and exit. You can change the settings. We like that. Now it's the standard Star Wars. Basically, left, right, fire. And there we are. Let's get you a little closer to the action here. Alright, I'll do is shut the light off. Yeah, the gray is a little much there. Yeah, I gotta get used to the controls again.
Look at the size of that thing. Use the false look.
Yeah, it's a little stiff left and right. I think that'll work itself out ultimately. And, Yeah.
Luke, trust me.
Controls aren't really that bad. Just stiff as anything. That's wrong looking. That's a setting. We'll fix that.
Remember,
And that will not save. Dope. Yeah, it needs to be worked out. It's not that bad. It's just a bit stiff.
red fire standing by.
I'm betting if you hold this in, it'll reset. Actually, I don't know how to reset it. Yeah, I'm not sure how to reset it. I gotta look at it next time. Yeah, the screens are a little bit better. Alright, let's set this up. Shield, moderate level. Yeah. And there's no bonus. Well, let's just see what it looks like. And we got loud music. And I am on a slightly uneven floor, so the cabinet's wobbling a little bit. Alright, fire. Hold both trigger and thumb buttons for 5 seconds to get back to the main menu. I did that and it didn't work.
He could destroy us.
Oh, that looks awful. The glow is a bit much.
May the force be with you.
I was never good at this one.
There's a meteorite hit the ground here. Oh, sometimes. That is the system, and I'm sure Skywalker.
Alright, the AT-ATs, or as I used to call them, camels. Let's tow rope a camel. Down she goes. I wonder if this might be set too easy. Took down another camel. Let's take down another camel.
Prepare to make the Delta light speed. I want to grab the ship and knock it.
controls are responsive.
The son of Skywalker.
And there is a slight lag, but the original arcade game had that too. It's just the return to center spot seems to be a bit much.
Asteroid, not certainly asshole. Oh, thank goodness we're coming out of the asteroid field. Oh, goodness, he could destroy us. He will join us.
For the tiny speakers, the bass is pretty good.
We picked up something outside the base.
There's a slight dead spot in the middle, but it's not that bad.
No, prepare your troops for a swift attack. We'll find an Imperial walker.
Let's do some trick flying under the camel. Yay! I'm using them all early because I'm not doing too hot.
Go for the legs. It might be our only chance of stopping them. About the evacuation. Goodness is with you.
Just barely got the E.
I want that shit. There's nowhere to go.
Zap.
Oh, thank goodness we're coming out of the asteroid field. The son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi. He could destroy us. He will join us or die.
Oh, I didn't get the D.
There's a meteorite.
That didn't sound right.
The son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi. That's it. The riddles are there.
Time for some camels.
Spotted Imperial walker. The son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi.
Let's fly under the camel's legs. I did it.
I forgot to do getting considerable income. Shield doors must be closed. Prepare to make the Delta light beam. I want that shit knocked.
And we're dead. I was never good at this game. supposedly if I hold all these down for 5 seconds. Oh, it did it this time. Now, I never ever played this game before, so I don't... Scan lines, fake. Oh, S4. I want to set it to arcade mode. Oh well. I've never played this one. So obviously I'm going to play easy.
Go for help. I'm Aiden. Wait for me.
Wow, there's a learning curve. Isometric view doesn't help. Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. Alright, now to look at all these comments that came through that I wasn't looking at because we... Alright, okay. Thanks for doing the build. My cabinet should be delivered this weekend. And to answer that question, I got it on Walmart.com. I originally ordered it on GameStop.com because that was the only place that had it. Then they canceled the order on me and found out Walmart was doing it, so I did it there. Believe it or not, this was supposed to come 10 days from now, and it came today, so it came 10 days early. So I got it at Walmart.com. Apparently you can get it at BestBuy.com. I think the first ship date's there is November 1st. That was pathetic. Let's do it again.
Security deflector shield will be deactivated when we have confirmation of your code transmission. Leave them to me. I will deal with them myself. Go for help. I'm Aiden. Wait for me.
Yep. And reset. Okay, so bold doesn't look right. Bold, it's too much. Bright. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. What time is it? 6:49.
The force will be with you. Red 5 standing by.
I used to play it on hard all the time. a slight dead spot in the middle, but it's not as bad as the menus. Leaving a tower on the table. That usually happens.
Oh, look. Look, trust me.
Yeah, one way, you know, up and down it's nice and easy. Left to right it's a bit hard. Yeah, that looks wrong. Finally.
Use the force, look.
Okay, the gray is a little bit forced there.
Let go. What a shot.
And game over. Oh. There we go.
Remember,
Now the question is, does it save scores? Because the top three, it's supposed to be able to save if you go by the original Atari hardware. So I'm going to turn it off, let it drain for a little bit. See what we get. I think it's time to call it a call it an end. And I wasn't sure if I could sit down and play this, but I can. It's actually pretty comfortable. Yoke's a little loose left to right. It could be twisted. Let's just see what happens. I'm gonna turn off the, yeah, it's there. Oh, even my 5th place spot's there. Technically, they're only supposed to be capable of holding the top 3 spots. So that's a little extra bonus there. And there you have it. Wasn't exactly 100% smooth, but here we go. That's the live unboxing, build, and play test. Let's see if the squeaky screws routine. How'd you get yours early? It just was early. You have to bump the speeder bike sideways. Yeah, that's a game that's got a massive learning curve. Yeah, I figured that one out already, but we just want to be sure. They said it would save high score. Well, I didn't see that part. Because I know the original equipment saves the top 3 scores. So, there you have it. Georgia551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.